Hey everybody, Real with Wes coming at you day 3 here. No, time is a little off. We'll do day 3. Got day 4 coming at you here. Talking about moved. Just want to keep you encouraged and kind of keep going where we're going. Today though, it came to me talk about moved when the place of we talk about our traditions and the things we get kind of stuck in and the things we get comfortable with and make us feel kind of good about ourselves versus really stretching ourselves. And there's this constant thing where we want to make sure we're moving forward with life. We're expanding in life. We are progressing in life because that's the heartbeat of revelation. Revelation is always something that the Spirit of God intuitively is revealing to us. Some people call it different things, epiphany, goosebump, all those different things. But the Spirit of God is trying to move us forward. Jesus told the disciples, there's things I can't tell you right now, but I'll show you those things to come. That we're still living in that. There's never a cutoff date for that. That is the rest of eternity. So what happens is when we create traditions, why? Because we like stability. I'm that way. We like a plan. We like our routines. We like a regimen. And we like safety in that. And there is a form of safety in that. But the problem is you can get stuck in that. And life doesn't work that way. The world is constantly moving forward. People are constantly moving forward. Things and needs are constantly changing. If you watch every one of your relationships, the most successful relationships is why people can say, well, I fell out of love in marriage. Well, marriage is always continuously because two people are moving forward. Your marriage is doing that too. So the marriage that you used to run on what your spouse liked 5 years ago doesn't work today. Not because something's wrong with them, not because something's wrong with you, but because you change, you mature, your desires change, the world around you change. You go through different seasons. When you're a kid, when you got kids, or when you're new and you're single, or not new and single, sorry, you're newlyweds, you go to the kid stage, you go to the empty nester stage, you go through a business, different financial stages, the highs and lows of that. It demands different. And if you get locked in tradition, you get stuck there and things don't work. It's the same, and it's the same thing with everything. It's the same thing with church. That's one of the biggest things that's having a hard time. Church is in this big transformation stage because it's time to progress. It's time to quit doing the old. It's time to quit, doing things the way we've always done them because they don't work anymore. Why? Because they're not fitting for this season and time of what humanity needs is what that is. So people are changing. Their needs are changing. You see our country and our nation changing right now. And that's the big friction that's going on there right now is people don't want to move forward and change. And they're scared of it. And they're like, well, why don't we just leave it the way it always was? Because that doesn't work anymore. And the needs and the times. We've gone through a pandemic. People need things. People's priorities have been shuffled. Anyway, so back to what I'm talking about. I think I made my point. When you're moved throughout your day, let's bring it back to day-to-day things. You got to examine, am I just stuck in my routine? Like I said, I love to be a planning person, to be stuck, but I realize I can be really selfish because a lot of times it doesn't include other people's free will and their plans and their things, and have to be flexible. I have to be intuitive to say, not my will, but your will be done, God. And that's the starting place. It's the place you need, like, how do I do this today, Wes? Then it's simple. Not my will, your will be done, and be flexible. Be willing to change because God knows better than us. God knows how to adjust us, to grow us, to change us. And man, it will feel uncomfortable at first. It will feel scary. But when we're moved not by our traditions and our routines, but by the Spirit of God ultimately, and that may look completely radically differently, we're constantly going up. We're constantly elevating to a higher way of thinking. Not over people, not to be better than anyone, because knowledge puffs up, but to transform here, to be better than our last version of ourselves. To continue to grow and be the best individual we can be, which is receiving God's love for us and showing that love to others more effectively. That's the riches of life. And that's what we should be moved by. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Catch you tomorrow.